What's the deal, Boss Babe Gang? It's your girl KB, and we are back with another episode of Boss Talk. On today's episode, we have a special guest, Roman Pickett. How are you doing today?
Sure, I'm doing good. See, I didn't know I was special, but I'm glad to be here. It's a good day. I'm doing good. I'm blessed.
Yes, so Roman is an actor, model, and entrepreneur, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so let's get into it. We're going to talk about your business, we're going to talk about your personal life, and a little bit about what you're into as far as hobbies and, your outside world, okay?
Okay, I'm with that.
Sounds good. So let's go ahead and take it back as far as like where you grew up and what you were like as a child.
Damn. Damn. Shit. I'm
Can
from
you
LA.
remember? Okay.
I grew up in Compton, but my mama, she moved us out the hood, so I was raised in different areas, like Pomona, Reno Valley, the High Desert, shit like that, But shit, let me mute that.
All good. It's all good.
I don't got time for that right now.
So they say
But
to say you
yeah.
moved around a lot.
Yeah, because, my mom, she had 6 kids, and, my pops wasn't around, so she had to maneuver and do her thing.
Okay. Were you and your brother and sisters close?
Yeah, we was all close.
Yeah.
Till the older ones started getting older and not coming home, and then one of my brothers moved off, then my sisters, they just started doing their own thing.
Okay. And so what about you personally? Like, how was it for you growing up in a big family? Well, would you say that's a big family?
Yeah, no, I got a big family,
Yeah.
a real big family. And I was the baby out of the boys, so, I always got a bunch of attention and love and, like...
Did you play sports at all?
Yeah, I played sports like football, track.
Yeah. What
Like
was your favorite?
My favorite sports out of all the ones I did was actually boxing.
Boxing?
Yeah.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah, I like to kickbox and do martial arts and stuff like that. That was back then, though, when I was like 20, 21. And I don't really train anymore, but it used to be real fun.
So would you say that's something that most people wouldn't know about you if we were to say
Yeah,
like...
to be honest, yeah.
Yeah. Because I didn't know that you did that.
Yeah, like I never went like pro or anything like that. I was just...
Yeah.
was
Do
just
you do
training.
it now?
Nah,
As
I
far
don't
as like
do
a
it now.
hobby or anything?
No, but recently I got back into like stunt works for my acting. So I'm trying to learn how to perform with different weapons and stuff like that on camera and like fight choreography and stuff like that. So I've been working on that type of thing.
Ooh, that's nice. Okay. All right. That's interesting. I like that. So we're going to talk a little bit about that later on down the line. But let's talk about your personal style. I know like growing up in a big household, like did you guys share clothes? Like how was that?
So my brothers, they couldn't really share clothes with me because my older one, he didn't really wear my size. And I feel like one of my other brothers, he was too big to really wear my clothes.
Okay.
So we didn't really share clothes.
You kind of
and
just
stuff
had your
like
own little
that.
style. You didn't take after them with the style?
Nah, because I'm the flyest out the bunch. Nah, I mean, it was one of my older sisters that really got me fly. She was like, oh, you need to start wearing this.
Okay.
I think she the one who told my mama to buy me some skinny jeans one time, and so these shoes that I had, I think they was called some PF Flyers or something like that.
Yeah, those was pretty popular back in the day. I remember those.
I was young though. I was like 9 or 10. Like, she trying to get me fly. I'm like, okay. Then I just started doing my own thing after that.
Okay.
You know?
So PF Flyers.
Yeah, that's an old ass.
Yeah.
I ain't said that in a minute.
Yeah, I haven't heard of those in a long time. Honestly, like that took me back. That took me a little back. So let's go ahead and say, as far as your mental health, how are you today?
That's crazy that you asked that. My mental health today is...
How do you take on the pressures of dealing with the public if there's any pressure or being in the public eye?
I feel like I take it pretty good. You know, I wake up every day, don't know who I'm gonna meet.
Yeah.
So that's why I like to stay looking good, smelling good. You know, I'm kind to people everywhere I go. You feel me? Never know who I'm gonna meet or run into.
Yeah.
You know, I like to wake up and spread a lot of love, even when I don't get it back. And sometimes it's hard to be positive all the time and be strong all the time. And
Yeah.
you know, like I be going through shit and I just be like, damn, I don't know how to cope with it or like where to channel all like this energy and love and stuff like that. So like lately I just been pouring it back into myself and just trying to like expand my brand and like get back into like my acting classes and stuff like that, because it's always more that I can learn, you know.
Yeah.
And I really feel like at the rate that I'm going, if I just be consistent, you know, and stick to the plan, everything gonna work out.
Yeah. So speaking of plan and staying consistent, what is your daily rituals? Like, what do you do throughout the day or every day to keep yourself on track? Like, how does that look?
Okay, so I have a whiteboard that I put my goals and routines on there that I need to handle and stuff. And my day normally starts off by me waking up. I'll probably read my scriptures real quick, get ready, might hit the gym real quick, go outside, get some sun, get ready for work. In the morning time, I'm teaching PE, playing with the kids, like from like 8 a.m. to like 1 o'clock. I'm like doing PE.
Okay.
And then right after that, it's like after school care to like 6. So after that time, I'm really just chilling at the house, or I might come link up with the homie and do something, you know.
Yeah. Let's talk about your first gig. Like, how was that? Was it like an acting role? Was it a modeling gig? Like, what was it?
So my first gig was an acting role, and I never was an actor before ever in my life until I met the homie Tony. Yeah, like shout
So you
out
met
to
who?
Tony, Anthony Cox. I don't know if you ever heard of him. But
Okay.
he's a producer, and he make movies and stuff. So I ran into him and this other cat named Dale Staley. Like, they the ones who really put me in my first movie, and then after being there and like experiencing that, like I had so much fun, and I'm like, damn, what's next? Like, what else can I do with this and that? They're like, bro, you need to start taking some acting classes. And then after that, everything just started going uphill because I started taking acting classes immediately, and then he invited me to another set, and then I started networking with somebody else and met another actor, and then he would be modeling and making movies and stuff like that, and then he put me on my manager, which is Brittany. Oh, Brittany, you know Brittany.
Yeah,
shout out to Brittany.
Yeah,
oh
shout out
God,
to Brittany.
Team Conceited. Like, damn, it's like everything started moving so fast when I met her too, and it all happened in 1 year. So I'm like, damn, like after I met Brittany and I got signed to Conceited Modeling, and I just.
So you only been with them for a year?
So yeah, it's going on 2 years now.
That's
Yeah.
wonderful. Like,
going
to
on 2
see you
years,
just
you know.
moving like that so fast.
Yeah, and I started my clothing brand in 2021, and I didn't start acting until 2023. And,
So this is all new.
yeah, it's like I've always been an entrepreneur first. But when I started acting, I started like looking at my brand in a different way, because like I could really utilize it in different areas. And it's just.
And when you say that, what are some of those ways that you can utilize your brand and like putting it all together?
So once I got into acting, I started getting behind the camera more into like a AD and producer and stuff like that.
Okay.
So I'm able to include my clothes into like short films and like movies and stuff like that, or network with other actors and models that are already popping, and then they can wear my brand, and we do photo shoots and all that, and get other people talking about my brand. And
yeah, so you get good looks all the way around. And let's talk about your brand. What is the name of that brand?
So damn, I wish I would have wore some today, but I'm always wearing it. And the last podcast I was on, I was wearing it, and I wanted to wear something different today.
Okay.
But my brand is called EBT and Wig.
EBT and Wick.
Yes.
Okay, so what is EBT and Wick? What do you guys have?
So
But first, before you even answer that, EBT and Wick, like, let's talk about the name first because that is very different.
so one of my older cousins, he came up with the name. You know, that was his thing when I was younger, and you know, I liked it, that name. You know, me and him always thought about having our own clothing store and clothing brand and stuff like that. And like, he changed his Instagram name was EBT and Wig. And
EBT
then,
and Wick?
yeah.
Okay.
And then he changed his name to EBT and Jordans, and then I changed my name to EBT and Wig. You feel me? Because like, that's my big cousin. You feel me? I looked up to him. You feel me? So after I changed my name to EBT and Wig, later on the line, you know, he passed away.
Okay.
And then I was just like, dang, like, you know, I still had that idea of starting my own clothing brand and didn't know what to name it. And I was really just trying to be different, you know, in a world where things have already been done and already created. So just wanted to be original. And I wanted people to question me.
Yeah.
Like, why is that? Like, why did you choose that? Like, it's different. Like, you ain't never heard it. Like,
yeah, like EBT and Wick. That's some hood stuff right there.
Yeah, like, I mean, some people relate. Some people like it. Some people, like, they think they too good for it. They think they too bougie. You feel me? Like, I'm going to get rich off EBT and Wick, though. That's what a lot of people don't understand.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't give out no government assistance or anything. None of that.
Gotta put that out there.
Yeah.
He does not give out no government assistance, y'all.
Yeah. Like, but I do sell clothes, you feel me? I got kids' clothes, I got girl clothes, I got men clothes, and I got something coming out this summer for the girls. I got a bikini line coming. It's pretty
nice.
I'm gonna show you, like, you gonna see.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. Have you participated in any like type of community ventures with your brand at all?
So I've been a Black on the Block one time, and then I be going to like Born Ready. I don't know if you ever heard of Born Ready.
No, what is that?
So it's this group. They always get together and have pop-up events with different vendors and brands and food trucks and stuff. And artists, they come perform and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I be doing pop-up events with my brand and my tent, and I be selling merch because I'm in the process of creating my website and getting all that together.
Okay.
So yeah, like pretty soon everybody gonna be able to come shop with me in a comfortable environment from home or wherever I may be at in LA or in a different state or something.
Yeah. And you said you started this back in 2021? Okay, so back in 2021, like you had this fresh, brand new idea of EBT and Wick. Like, how did you even come up with the logo? Like, you knew you wanted this name, so you say, or, you know, you came up with the name. So what is that process like?
So I'm telling my graphic designer because, you know, he a different type of nigga. Like, he stay in Nigeria.
Okay.
You feel me? And so he working, he telling me like, bro, just tell me what's inside your head. And I'm telling him how I want the image to be and the colors I want to use. Yeah, I want to use the reggae colors, and I want you to have this baby, like imagine this baby with a saggy diaper and a runny nose biting the EBT card. He probably look mixed, don't know who, like, don't know who the daddy is to that little motherfucker.
Oh, man.
You know, but he captured it perfectly. And,
yeah.
You know, I want to send you that logo too so you can show it. And
yeah, definitely.
Like, oh, that's the logo he talking about. And it's fly too.
So you've been in a couple fashion shows with your brand as well, right? What's that like? Talk to me about that. How do you choose your models?
So the fashion show life is different because, like I told you, when I got signed to Team Conceited with Brittany, like, she really turned my life up in a real way. You feel me? So I started getting to the fashion shows like, okay, you feel me? Like, I mean, I never used to call myself a designer, but you feel me? She started calling me a designer and this and that. And like being there around the different models and I have to choose who I want to wear my clothes, it's like, oh, I didn't know it was like that.
Yeah.
You know, and different models asking me, "Oh, do you have anything for me to wear, or like, do you like want me to walk for
What's it
you,
like
or this
turning
and
them
that?"
down? Like, have you ever turned them down?
It's like, oh,
I'll be like, oh no, you don't got nothing for me to wear.
oh, cause you a model too, huh? So you
Yeah.
know what it's like.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I'll be like, dang, like I gotta go over here to the next person.
Yeah, and
That
it's
sucks
like,
sometimes when it's like a hot clothing brand and you like fuck with it real heavy and it's just like, damn, you don't got nothing for me.
and then like, I be telling Brittany all the time, like, I don't really be into the runway modeling thing, but I be trying to expand my horizon. So I've been getting into it. And at the last fashion show for LA Fashion Week, I had a lot of fun. And that's crazy because
You was lit. You was real lit.
yeah, we was lit. We was on the stage. And that's crazy when me and you was walking on that stage, I didn't think we was gonna be here today doing this.
Yeah, you know, everything comes in God's perfect timing. So, you know, we working together now and it's only up from here. We're gonna do major things together.
That's tight. And I like that for
Yeah.
real, because like my brand wasn't in the last fashion show.
What drives you to create and stay in like your own lane and not follow anybody else's trends?
Like, I just, like I said, I be trying to be different. You know, everything's already been done and I just be trying to be original.
Right.
So like, I see other people ideas, and, you know, I really mean this. I want to say that on camera, you know.
Yeah. Let the people know.
I see other people ideas and, you know, I don't copy it or try to, you know, I recreate it in my own way.
Yeah.
I got sportswear, I got hoodies, I got jumpsuits, I got, all that is on the website that's coming. I've already dropped shorts, shirts, I did 2 pieces for the girls. Super dope. It's all on my Instagram.
And then your logo is what makes you unique. Is what you
I got different logos and different styles too.
Nice.
But my original logo, I really want to send you that so you can show it on the podcast.
Okay, yeah, we gonna definitely get that. So how do you stay inspired throughout the seasons when you create? You know, as the seasons change, things change.
Like, cause when I first started off, having my brand, I just had a shirt. I didn't really have all this extra stuff. So as like the season changed and, you know, it started getting cold, now I gotta have a jumpsuit and, you know, spring here, summer here, I gotta have a bikini, and now I gotta have underwear, and I gotta have tops, I gotta have all that match.
So you're doing women's stuff, like swimwear, all that.
Yeah, I want all the money.
You want everything.
Not
He
just the
said,
money,
yeah, I
but-
want all the money. Give him everything.
Nah, like, I'm sitting here talking to you like this because, like, I'm for real. Like, shit that I tell you, like, I really go through. And, like, it's a lot of stuff that I feel like I left out, but I didn't want to get too detailed into.
No, yeah, you can get as detailed as you want. Like, this is boss talk. So whatever you want to talk about, like, as far as your business, like, we could get down to the nitty gritty. For sure.
Boss that gang up, we don't save 'em. Yeah, middle finger.
So, Roman, let's talk about your social media and like your branding strategy. How do you use social media to build up your brand and represent everything?
So I do have a web presence, but only on Instagram. As far as like for my brand, I do have a fan page on Facebook for EBT and Wig, and I do have an Instagram page that's growing. You know, I started it from scratch, and everywhere I go, I'm always telling people follow the brand, share the brand, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I usually just use Instagram to market the brand. Like, other than that, I don't really. You know,
Do you post ads, like
So
anything specific?
remember how I said I'm getting my website together and stuff like that? So the marketing is gonna come with that.
Okay.
So yes, I am gonna start using Instagram for ads and TikTok and stuff like that. Yeah. Well, I do be on TikTok,
Okay.
but I want to actually get my website up and running so I can really market and promote on TikTok. 'Cause I do have a big presence on TikTok.
And do you find it hard or challenging right now, like working on those things?
Yeah, I do find it kind of hard and challenging because, you know, I'm 25 years old, you feel me? Like, I'm independent, you feel me? And You know, I work and, you know, I got my own personal life, my bills and stuff like that. So
Right.
I got to constantly tend to those things. And, you know, I got to balance everything, my personal life, my
Yeah.
career as an actor, my hobbies, and my my business and stuff like that. And so I do find it hard sometimes.
Yeah. So time management, like how would you say you are with that as far as managing everything?
I feel like I'm pretty good today because I still got up today. I went to work and I made it here and we doing our thing. So
Yeah.
I feel like, you know, I'm pretty good. Trying to balance everything. I'm getting better at it.
Okay. So do you feel like being an influencer, model, or an actor is something that you find most enjoyable? Like, what do you think?
I feel like I enjoy it too much sometimes and I be too humble a lot. And a lot of people who really know me know like I be feeling myself a lot.
Yeah.
And but new people who meet me, you know, I try to stay humble because they don't really know how far I came and what I used to go through. And
So you don't like popping your shit. You don't.
yeah, 'cause
You
it's like
just like to stay grounded.
because like what God give, He can take away fast, and I really believe that, and I don't want to block my blessings, you know. And you know, I had to really stop hanging around different people because me talking about my success and what I'm doing or my like what I got going on next, like people thought it was bragging, and it's like I'm not even bragging. Like this what I be on, this what I do
Yeah.
every day. Like yeah, nigga, I go to work, but like yeah, I be, and I got my hands over, and I be like,
Right, right. So like growing up and you said you grew up in LA and like the different cities of LA, right?
yeah,
So you have many different friends and different type of environments, we can say, right?
that part. Yeah.
So how was it for you to like separate yourself from, okay, you know that life right there, but you trying to go one way and you got to leave this stuff behind?
So, like, shit. Honestly, one day I just got a wake up call, and you know I had to really sit down and think about like, damn, what do I want to do positive, or like how am I gonna change? Cause like, honestly, like, I wasn't always this goal oriented, you know. Like, I used to be a badass little kid,
Okay.
doing dumb shit,
And
then
so how did that switch?
um.
Like what happened that one day you was like, I gotta just do better?
Shit, I was chilling in the trap house and had a seizure. Yeah, one of the homies came through the spot and he knew something was going on because I'm always at the door and
Right.
nigga walked in and then I was in a coma for a few days, woke up and was like, damn. And then like only a few people knew I was actually, you know, gone for a minute. And after that, I just started really moving different, you know. I really just stopped game banging, really started like really pursuing my passion and what I like to do and stuff like that. You know, I didn't really care about what nobody thought about me after that. And, you know, I started realizing, you know, anybody I lose by being real was fake after all. So and I just started elevating and like.
Yeah. So like, you know, separating yourself from people hanging out, parties and stuff like.
Yeah, like I stopped doing that for a while and then I really just got into my bag and just started really being independent as a man. You know, I don't got no kids or nothing yet, but.
And you're young too. How old are you?
I'm 25.
Okay, yeah. So, you know, you living life.
That part, okay.
You got a lot of time, but no time at the same time. So yeah, I feel it. I can definitely agree to that because I separate myself from a lot of like, you know, the familiarity of like what I grew up with, I would say, just because I feel like it's important to do that when you're trying to elevate. So
yeah, I be trying to tell my friends too, like when we link up and stuff like that, because I don't always see my friends. You feel me? Like you gotta grow. You feel me? You can't just stay stuck.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, every time I see you, we can't be on the same shit. Cause I'm not on the same shit every time you see me.
Exactly. So, what would you tell people that look up to you, or younger kids that look up to you? Because there are people that are in your community that you are, familiar with, that and I would say they watch you. So, what type of advice would you give to them as far as like changing their lifestyle, and just looking at things differently?
Honestly, shit. I would tell you young niggas to just really be yourself and like really just be yourself. You're gonna go a long way and get your money too. Instead of really chasing after a bunch of different girls and trying to have a bunch of different bitches, get your money, because after you get your money, all that extra shit gonna come with it. And like stick to your program. You gotta have a routine. You can't just be out here like frolicking. That's what I call it. You gotta really have a program, and like you gotta really have a plan. You gotta know where you're going. Keep your head up. You can't be walking with your head down. You can't be faded all the time and sloppy drunk. You gotta be self-aware about shit.
Yeah.
Like,
You feel like it's a lot of lost souls out here in LA?
yeah, because motherfuckers be walking around like zombies. It's like you're not even using your full potential, and like you the same age as me, and it's like, damn, you don't got this, that, and that, and it's like.
Right. So when you see that, do you ever have a sense to like say, oh, let me help you? Or do you just be like, oh, I can't really put myself in that position to be over there like that?
I'm not where I want to be yet. So it's like, don't get me wrong, like, if one of my homies call me and need help, I'll be quick. I'll help. But at the same time, it's like, I'm not where I want to be yet. So how can I help the next person or take care of the next person if I can't even take care of myself? You know? And that's real, and a lot of people don't know that. Like, I live on my own. I don't depend on nobody. I got to get up every day. I can't wake up one day and be like, oh, I don't want to go to work, or oh, I don't want to do this today. Or,
so do you set boundaries with your friends? Like, do they know? Like,
yeah, because I don't be outside. I don't pop out. Like, for the longest, I was sitting down. I wasn't doing nothing. But I was still working though. I was handling my business, and I would pop out occasionally or accordingly when it mattered. But like now, I just shit. Like, when I'm not hustling or working or something, or I got some free time, like I be outside. I just be trying to have some fun, like. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Shoot, I'm single. I just be chilling, like. Shit.
So, could you give anybody out there any type of personal advice as far as running their brand if they want to do something like you're doing?
So, if you gonna run your brand or start your brand, don't go into it with a business plan, actual step-by-step goal sheet. Like, what do you have to do in order? Don't take no shortcuts, and go hard. Really do that shit. Like, your brand not gonna jump right away. People not even gonna like, share your shit, or even be talking about it. You gotta be talking about it. Like, every single day I'm screaming EBT and wig, and people be like, the fuck is you talking about? Nigga, my brand. Nigga, like what? You ain't heard about it? Nigga, follow me. What?
Yeah.
You ain't heard of my, like, everywhere I go, I'm screaming EBT and wig. People be like, they be tired of hearing it sometimes, but that's how you gotta be. You might meet the right person one day or network with somebody and then start talking about your brand, and you might turn your life up one day. Like,
talk about it every day, all day, promote it every day, all day. When you wake up, when you go to sleep, everything. So let's talk about what it takes to be a boss, because you started your own brand, you've got all these things going on. So like, what do you feel like the characteristics are for you to be your own boss?
Honestly, so
Like, what are you? You're your own boss. Who are you?
Like I'm somebody that actually does what I say. Like if I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Or like if you feel like you a boss, you really gotta walk like it and step like it. You know, every day you gotta really know in your heart, like, damn, like I'm finna be rich off this. You gotta really have confidence in yourself and your business because, like I said, ain't nobody gonna support your brand more than you. So the more you keep talking about it, the more everybody else gonna be talking about it. Like, it should be to the point when people see you, they be like, oh, that's EBT and Wig. Like, people call me that sometimes now. They're like, nah, like my name Roman, but like, EBT and Wig.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's me. I'm him. That's who I am. Like,
Yeah.
if you wanna call me that, you can. But like, I go by Roman. You feel me? But
Doing what you say or saying what you do.
like, I feel like if you really gonna be a boss, you gotta really have something to show for it. You feel me? Like I can give one of the homies a job. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, yeah,
That's would you say that's like a motivating factor?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm 25. I can give one of my homies a job.
Yeah.
Type
That's
of
dope.
shit.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, I would say fuck a 9 to 5 though. Like
And you wanna know what's crazy?
What?
That I say that because it's true, but a lot of niggas be hating and they wouldn't wanna come work for me. You know, a real nigga would come at me and like, oh, like, how you do this? Let me come work with you, or
yeah.
like show me how you doing this and that. You feel me? But I don't think I would want to mix friends and business. You know what I'm saying?
Got you. Because, you know, that's just mixing business with pleasure. Like, you know, it's too complicated. And it's always somebody trying to like either get over on the other person or take something or, you know, how that goes. Have you ever done anything like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's shit. That's life.
It's
damn.
life. It comes and it just happens, huh? So let me see. If you could collaborate with anybody in the world, what or who would it be? Number one, and
Well,
then what would you do?
See, I like that you asked that because if I could collaborate with anybody right now, it would be Desto Dub. Shout out to that nigga Desto Dub. And
Okay.
also a lot of cough syrup because I would love to collab with that nigga. And, you know, I met him a few times and I feel like one day when my brand actually popping, we can actually do that collab. You know what I'm saying? And it'll probably be something like off a lot of stamps. Or, you feel me? Like, gotta read to it.
Off a
how
lot
you
of
said that,
stamps.
so
I
you
like
gotta
that.
read to it, huh? And
Yeah.
it's like I got this vision in my head, and you feel me? He just ain't heard it yet.
Okay.
You know, so one day I'm probably might connect with him again, and we might get that popping.
Okay. We don't need to give him too much sauce. We can keep
Right,
that in the
yeah.
vault. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
type shit.
What
Yeah.
about acting though? Like, who would you want to be on a set with?
Shoot, honestly, like I would want to be on the set with. Damn, I'd be on the set with Denzel Washington, 50 Cent, Michael B. Jordan.
Oh, you
shit,
got a whole list.
Jamie Foxx.
Okay.
Like, it's a lot of people I would want to work with, and it's like I got a lot of different mentors in the acting field, and Will Smith. Like I would love to work with Will Smith.
So those your favorite actors in the game?
Yeah, the ones that I just named right now. What? Tyler
Top
Perry.
tier.
Oh my God, I'm going to audition for one of his films next month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like
Nice.
I'm flying, I'm taking a flight just to go audition. Don't even know if I'm gonna get the part or not, but
Well, hey, you going out there? I'm gonna pray for you, and you know we gonna hope you get this part. It's up in the air.
that's part of being a boss though. You gotta really take that risk for yourself.
Yeah, for sure. I know that all day, all
It costs
day.
money to go out there and this and that. And I don't even know if I'm gonna get the part, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. Like I'm not gonna go. Like I got an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what happens out there. Like you might end up doing something else too while you're there. So I feel it. And then what about? Do you like see yourself doing music at all? Like how? No.
No, not really. I'm not really. I listen to a lot of music, but I'm not really into music like that. I don't really mess with that type of thing.
Okay, so what would you say your overall goals are for the next 2 years, like with the clothing brand and acting?
within the next 2 years, I'm gonna be on a series
Short-term goals.
or a reality show,
Yeah.
one of those two, because I'm already in the process of that right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's looking pretty good. You know, I'm gonna stay consistent with my stunt training and my acting classes, and keep going to auditions, keep going to casting calls, and well, I don't really have to go to casting calls because my manager Brittany, she sets
She's so
up all that.
tight.
Yeah, and you know, like I don't even gotta audition for the show. I just show up. I be in the show.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm able to put my friends in positions to be in the show. And Brittany, she's been finding me auditions, and she the one who actually found me my acting coach.
Okay.
You know? And after I found my acting coach, we made 2 movies within the acting class, and it got me in the field of producing and started assistant directing and stuff behind the camera.
What are the roles that you're in as far as like the movies? What are you doing?
What, in the movies?
Yeah, like what are the characters that you're playing?
So in the first movie that I was ever in, like I told you, it was a Tubi movie.
Okay.
And in that movie, I was just like on some hood shit. Like he had me robbing a few people. I was in this one scene. In one scene, I was fucking somebody. In another scene, I was robbing somebody.
What?
And it was
You
crazy.
doing all that?
Yeah, it's called Ruthless. It's coming out soon. It's gonna be on Tubi. Y'all gonna see me on it.
Okay.
But like, I came a long way from that because I was a rookie when I shot that. I didn't have no experience, you know, and I was just doing what the director told me to do. And I feel like it's gonna be funny because like what I know now, it's like seeing that I'm be like, who is this guy?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna be kind of embarrassed for people to watch it because they'll be like, no, Roman, you was what?
Yeah. So you get shocked seeing yourself on camera?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, me too. I ain't gonna lie.
From who I used to be to who I am now, I do get surprised sometimes. I'm
Yeah.
like, damn.
But that's not even you though, because you're playing a character.
Right, yeah, true. But my mama gotta see that. Or
Yeah.
My grandma gotta see that. She was like, oh yeah, before I die, I gotta see you on a movie or a series or something like that. I'd be like, you don't wanna see that one. You know?
So what type of movie roles do you see yourself being in the future?
So I've always wanted to play a cowboy. I've always wanted to play a role where I had a superpower. And I want to actually play a role where I can really like explore my emotions, like if I have to cry or something like that.
Are you good with crying on the spot? You been practicing that?
Yeah, in my acting classes, we've been going over that and
Ooh.
trying to tap into that
Yeah.
other side of me. You know,
Oh,
it's
man.
kind of hard, you know.
Man, I can only imagine. I don't think I could really just cry on the spot like that.
Pick
Like,
that spot. And
I might start boo-hooing if I ever like get that one spot. Like, I don't know, it might be a wrap. All right, cut.
hey, y'all, we need to redo that. Come on, take 2.
No, for real. Like, seriously, I might really break down. So, okay, that's cool about the projects, you know. That's pretty exciting. Do you have anything else that you want to give your followers? Any last words or some motivational quotes that you make?
So I do want everybody to go follow the brand, EBT and Wick Apparel. I do want you to go check that out, you know, go share it, tell your friends, all that, you know, scream it from the mountaintop, you know. And I got a bunch of different projects coming out. You can check me out on Roman Pickett Official on IG. You can check me out on IMDb. I got 2 projects out right now as an actor and producer and stuff like that. And I do have some clips on my Instagram, some links to a podcast interview that I did like a month ago where I was also talking some shit about just my brand. And if y'all want to go check that out, y'all can see it. And my webpage is going to be launching soon, so stay tuned for that, you know, and just talk about it, you know. Y'all gonna see me soon. You know, that's
Nice. So,
pretty much the message.
one last question. What would you want your legacy to be, like when it's all said and done?
My legacy. Yes, that's, you know, it's kind of hard. You know, I don't know if I want to die with an empire or just die a single bachelor. You know, but as far as like, you know, when I leave this earth, like, a lot of people gonna know, like, okay, like he actually did that. You feel me? Like he came from here and he ended up here, and you know, a lot of people gonna say it, but I inspire niggas to actually do what they want to do. Like, you know, when you start really getting that money, you know, get up out the hood.
Yeah.
You know, pursue your passion and your goals. Be yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Like, ain't nothing stupid about having a job and going to work and putting your money into yourself and not materialistic things and stuff like that. Like, I didn't get this far by listening to everybody else and doing what everybody else do. Like I see my friends and stuff, and you know, I see what they do and the mistakes they made. I'm not gonna necessarily call them mistakes. They're just decisions that I wouldn't make myself. You know, and
I feel that. Going in the opposite direction of everybody. You know, you don't follow the trends. You know, you
like
stick to your own path.
That part.
Yeah.
It's like when a lot of people who used to know me when I was younger and they see me now, or you know, they gotta really like re-meet me. It's like
They don't know you now. Like you're a whole new person.
Like they know me when I was in the streets, when I was gaming, and when I was doing stupid shit, and when I was just, you know, trying to be somebody I wasn't. You know, I can really say that with confidence now, because that's not who I was or how I wanted to be.
Yeah. Well, gang, that's our episode with Roman Pickett. It's your girl KB the Finest, or just KB. But yeah, Boss Talk is officially out. Roman Pickett. We'll see y'all later.
Yeah, middle fingers, motherfucking haters.